Whole Story Quest Audiobooks presents What Rosie Found Next by Helen J. Rolfe, narrated by Charlie Sanderson. What Rosie Found Next. To all the volunteers with the CFA, Country Fire Authority, in Australia, you do an amazing job. Chapter 1. Rosie sat bolt upright and told herself the noises were all in her imagination. It had to be the unfamiliar surroundings of Magnolia Creek playing tricks on her in the middle of the night. In an ideal world, she wouldn't be doing this house sit at all. She'd be happily settled with her boyfriend Adam in a home of their own. But their plans had been put on hold when he'd got a job overseas a year ago, and she started house-sitting in order to save as much money as possible. She was determined to realise the dream of having their own place one day, the security and stability she'd always wanted. She reached out for the glass of water that had turned tepid in the November heat. The only sound she could hear now was the rustling of leaves on the trees outside her open window, and her heartbeat steadied. All the doors were locked. She'd triple-checked them last night. There was no way anybody could get into number 27 Lakeside Lane, the luxurious six-bedroom home that was by far the biggest she'd ever looked after, and its location the most remote. She was used to the sounds of the city, a car alarm in the middle of the night, bin men starting their early morning collections, the sound of passers-by returning home after a night on the tiles. The solitude of the Dandenong Ranges bordering Magnolia Creek in the state of Victoria was something else. A scratching noise against the window sent her mind into overdrive and had her envisaging a pyromaniac in this bushfire-prone area, rubbing sticks together to get the first flames going. Fire had ruined her life once before. She couldn't let it happen again. Not ever. She shook her head at her own paranoia. This was ridiculous. The country was bound to sound totally different to the city and the suburbs of Melbourne. Of course it was. She pulled the sheet over herself and relaxed her head into the plump pillow. But as she watched the shadows of the trees dance against the wall of the bedroom that would be hers for the next couple of months, there it was again. The same noise. And this time she knew she hadn't imagined it. She knew exactly what it was. It was the garage door shutting. The door creaked its way down and finished with a thud. And then silence.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?